Hi YouTube, just going to do a quick tutorial today. We're going to do a UCR, utility constrictor rope. A lot of you have seen my other video doing a whoopie sling for hanging hammocks, and this is just an alternative to whoopie sling. I tend to think is a bit better than a whoopie sling. Whoopie sling is by far the most popular, but a UCR has some benefits that a whoopie doesn't. It's much easier to use, it doesn't jam, it's not difficult to push things through, it's lighter because it uses less steel, so it's a bit more cost effective. It's easier to adjust, and it uses two separate pieces of steel, so you can do two different colours. I just think it's a bit better to use. There's a few things you've got to be a bit careful of when you use it, but other than that I just think it's a better solution. So I'll show you how to make it today. So there's a few things you need to start with. You need your knife. Got a ceramic knife, they're really good. Got a Sharpie, you've got an owl to make the holes, you've got a fish tool to fish it through. You can use just a bent bit of wire. You need a ruler, you need a cutting board, and you need steel. So I'm going to have, there's two pieces to the ACR, so I'm going to have the adjustable piece light and the fixed piece dark. So you can see the adjustable piece when you're adjusting your hammock. So you need to start off with a piece of steel. It needs to be 40 inches long. So that's 40. So 40 inches long, and then thin the ends an inch back. If you don't know how to, I'll just do it quickly so you can see. So you take an inch, you squash it at an inch, and then you pull out, I pull out 3 strands like that. Make sure you don't catch fibres. It's really important to thin the ends, don't skip this step because you get issues otherwise in your berries. Starting to unravel now. Sometimes it unravels, sometimes it doesn't. So those 3 strands, you just need to cut those off. Nice clean cuts. One strand there. Get rid of that because that'll cause problems. Right. So do the same on the other end now. So you've got 2 ends thinned, and you need to make some marks. So you want to mark 4 inches and 10 inches. So you open up the 10 inch. Put the short end through. Do you see the mark that you made at 4 inches? Open up the 4 inch. Put the long end through. The more you open up these, the better, really. You've got your locked Brummel. So that'll give you roughly 3-inch loop. Now we need to bury this end. So you take it 1.5 inches past the end of the berry, end of the free cord, go up through, at the other end, put it halfway along the thinned end that you made, and then wiggle it back through. Come on. There you go. Just pull it and then milk the berry. There you go. So lock Brummel, 3-inch loop and a 4-inch berry. So do the same on the other end. So now you should have a piece that's overall 24 inches long. Make a note of that. So 24 inches long. Now the idea is, in the middle of this piece, it's got a loop at both ends, we need a berry which is 8 inches long. So I think the best thing to do now is get the other colour ready, because that's going to go through that berry. So let's take your other colour. You can do it the same colour if you want. And on this one you're going to need 7 feet of this amstel. So you cut your amstel to length, thin one end so it's ready to go. Then you want a 3-inch loop in there again. So make a mark at 4 and 10, same as before. And put a loop in one end. It's really important to do this now, because you won't be able to do it later. It's very hard to see the mark on black amstel, so you might want to use your ruler a bit. Put your long end through, create your locked Brummel. There you go, got your loop. Now bury this end. There you go. So you've got a loop in one end and you've got nothing in the other end. Take your first piece that you made, put a mark at, this has got to be accurate now, put a mark at 7.5 inches and 16.5 inches. Okay. So open those up. And we're going to fish the long piece that we just made through this other piece. This will create your adjustment. So I'm going to fish it through. Let's do that. Haven't thinned the end of this one. Don't forget to thin the ends. Just fish this through. So now you've thinned the ends, just take this halfway along your thin and pull it back through the berry. This is probably the most difficult bit. There we go. There, so you've got this piece and this piece being able to lock together now, so when that's tight you can pull on that, it doesn't move, and your berry is about 7.5 inches, which is fine. So now the only thing to do is to stop this pulling through this loose end. You want to make a handle, so we're going to make a 4-inch handle. So you just double it over, show you, just fold it over, so you've got 4 inches doubled over. So go past 1.5 inches, open it up, put in your fish tool, and you're going to come out at the point where you bent it over. Going to come out just there. Put your thin end in, and you're going to pull it back through itself, and that will create a handle. So this time careful, just pull it in so it just disappears. Just come out, so I'm going to do it by hand. There, just disappeared. And then you can milk the berry. That should disappear inside. And you created a handle which is thicker, double the thickness of the other arm still, so it won't disappear back through your other berry. So there you go, that is your UCR complete. So just try and lay this out so you can see it. So you've got your adjuster, which this end goes to your tree strap. Then you go down to your adjustment berry, and this end is like a handle. I'll explain a little bit about that in a minute. And then this end goes all the way along with your loop at the end, and this goes to your hammock. I leave this one on the hammock. I use a soft shackle at this end to attach to my tree strap. Now to adjust it, it's difficult here, but just to adjust it, you just lift this end slightly and it just easily adjusts. That's why I like it compared to a whoopie. Or lift this end slightly and it easily adjusts. And then to lock it, you just have to carefully milk the berry like that, and then it's locked. Now you can put a weight on here if you want to keep this end tensioned. I don't bother, don't seem to need it. Also you can do a slippery half hitch on this end if you want, to stop it slipping as well, but again I don't really need that. Sometimes I'll do that, sometimes I won't. So there you go, that is your utility constrictor rope, or UCR, all ready to go. Let's measure the distance you got from your hammock, minimum and maximum. So the minimum length you'll get, okay, is 20 inches. That'll be the minimum from your tree strap to your hammock, and then the maximum you can get is 6 feet, just over 6 feet. So that's an adjustable from 20 inches to 6 feet. So that's enough for pretty much any hammock hang. Nice and light and compact. There you go. UCR, utility constrictor rope. Another quick project to do on a Sunday afternoon. Cheers, bye.